Night number 2 of the 17th annual Featherlite Fall Jamboree here at the Deer Creek Speedway in Spring Valley, Minnesota, left many in awe. There was an outstanding race that featured 4 cars each who could have won the main event. At the end of the 40-lap affair, it was Jason Hughes who was standing in the Bobcat of Rochester victory lane for the second night in a row. The 2015 champion outlasted Rodney Sanders, Joe DUVALL, and Brandon Davis. Let's hear what Hughes had to say following the main event.
That was one hell of a race. That's probably the most fun I've had in a race car. I mean, everybody's running hard and right against the wall and coming back across the racetrack. And we rubbed a few times. I think everybody was rubbing the wall, and it was one of the best races. I sat there in fourth a long time and got to watch them. And I didn't want to be involved in that race just yet, so we sat there and watched a heck of a race for a while, and then finally I figured it was better time to get involved and there and get started. And Brandon Davis there got me and Rodney both on the top when he was trying to pinch me down a little bit and keep me from getting by him. And whenever he'd done that, I knew Brandon was going by on the tops. I knew where he'd been. Right. And, it's a bad deal for Brandon getting into the wall like that, but we'll take it and run.
Yeah, he laid it all on the line. About all you can ask for.
Yeah, he let it all hang out, and I think everybody was.
I think one of the key things about when we watch you race your modified is you're just uber control of your race car at all times. You always have it underneath you, and you're so methodical about picking your points. Knowing your car was as good as it ultimately turned out to be, was it hard for you to stay patient for so long?
No, I had too good of a race to watch there. I about sat there too long. But, they was racing so hard, I didn't want to be involved just yet. I was wanting to wait a little while, and I was just right there. Nobody's getting away from us, and run there for a little while and decided it was time to try to get in there and mix it up a little bit.
So what did you think when Brandon Davis climbed the wall right there late?
Boy, I hope he don't come back across the racetrack, because I got her turned back down off the cushion and coming across, and I was hoping to keep it up there. And I seen him try to take off again, but it was laying on the right rear real hard. So after that, I was just hoping he didn't stop and cause the cautions. I didn't want to see a restart.
Boy, I'm assuming probably a lot of congratulatory phone calls, texts, maybe messages on your phone just from the championship last night.
Oh, yeah, it went crazy whenever I got it out where I got service and come in here and got my phone out, and I just walked outside with it, and it started beeping again, and I haven't even got a chance to look at them yet. But
it's kind of interesting. You race all year, right? Not every weekend, but most weekends, and all over the country. You kind of beat it. Was going to be you or the 20 this year. You beat the 20. You get out of your car. We knocked down the championship, won the race. You get out tonight, beat on the roof of the car, and you're just going crazy. That emotion, that swing of emotion, you had way more on the line last night than you did tonight, but you seem genuinely more excited about this race tonight.
Well, we started up front last night and just kind of got out there, and we didn't have no pressure or anything, and everything went really smooth. Tonight we started 12th and had one hell of a race. And, I mean, like I said, that's probably the most fun I've had in a race car, so that's what makes it fun right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows we're here this weekend. We're real pleased. I ain't gonna lie, that was a heartbreaker of a race. I'd have wrecked my mom, all their moms. I'd probably wreck their grandmas and their grandmas' to win that race.
Boy, you set that pace out front. You had a couple quick cautions. I'm sure at some point in your mind you're like, let's just get this thing rolling. You had a good line right up on top, and for the longest time didn't look like he could be touched, and Rodney closed in on you.
Yeah, we had those couple of restarts, and Stormy showed me a wheel down there on the bottom, and actually I think he kind of got around me once, and I was able to drive back around him on the outside. I knew that down there where they was running it wasn't very clean. I felt like we had the preferred line, and I just needed to keep hitting my marks, but I kind of killed the right rear tire there, and if I just got to about lap 25ish or so, I knew I was a sitting duck because it was getting tight and loose, and I was just hanging on for all I had.
A couple or three mid-race slide jobs. I mean, bottom all the way to the top. You mentioned your right rear. Did that ever cross your mind, killing that tire?
Yeah, these cars, you really got to watch sliding them. But at that point in time, I felt like I needed to do a Hail Mary because I felt like we was really good, and I just wanted to I wanted to get back. If I could get back up there and get in line and get back in that moisture, you had to just tiptoe through it. I mean, you can see what happened to Brandon. I hate it for him the last lap. I mean, he had came on, caught us, passed us, did everything he needed to do, and he got robbed just as much as I did. But I can't, I can't thank everybody that helps me to get to this point in my life where I'm able to compete in these races. And God, I'm having fun. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
How much has Scott Drake brought to the team since he's come on board?
Oh, shoot, man. I swear somewhere down the line we've got to be related because of the stuff that comes out of his head. But it's helped me out so much of, I have people that believe in me even where I don't believe in myself. And he's helped me to get past that.
Funnest time you've ever had in a race? I mean, you've won a lot of races. Does this top the cake? Even a third? I mean, it was a pretty chaotic third. I'll give you that.
I wouldn't trade it for the lottery.
Yeah.
Well, I was just kind of riding back there, and I knew I had to be on the cushion to be competitive because I tried to slick a couple times, and I was okay, but I had to be on the cushion to make up ground. And I was good on the cushion when I could enter right and get through it good, and I didn't have guys dicing in front of me. And Rodney got to Joe, and Joe jumped down and tried to slide Rodney a couple times, and that slowed them both down, and I was obviously right there. And then Hughes got up there, and Rodney tried to block Hughes coming off a 2, and of course I squeaked by, and we all got pancaked, at least I got pancaked in the wall, and got by those guys. And I second to last lap, I just came in a little bit too hot and gotten some crumbs getting in, and it tailed out. And I knew I was going to hit the fence, so I got in the gas a little bit and tried to get the momentum up and get my tail to hit the wall first, and it tractioned up, and the car was going to hit square. And I was anticipating just to hit the wall and just scrape on it and whatever, keep on going. Well, the frickin' right front climbed the mud, and up on the wall it went. So,
is there ever a point in that where you're like, all right, this is not good, I got this, I don't have this?
Well, yeah, as soon as I hit it, I knew it was going to be bad, but at that point I was so mad at myself, I just stayed in the gas. God.
So you rolled off turn 2, and you went to the outside. You talked about that, how you guys all kind of got together. Did you see a hole there, or was that at that point of the race were you just going to make a hole?
Oh, yeah, because, Rodney was using up as much of the track as he could. He's entering in the middle, he's exiting in the middle, and he'd drift up to the wall and knock off a lane if he hadn't, run off the outside. And he blocked Hughes pretty good off a 2, and he left a lane, and I took it, and we beat and banged a little bit. But, on a track like that, I guess it's kind of warranted. It's going to happen if you're going to race for something like that. But
you ever been in a race that you can recall that has had more action than that one?
No, not necessarily. We've had a couple fun nights at Lansing between me and Jason Cummins on a big cushion where a lot of stuff happens, but nothing like that. That was fun. I wish it could have ended a little bit better, but I guess I can hold my head somewhat high and know we had finally a good competitive car. I've been kind of struggling with it lately.
So you took the lead there. Ever any chance to breathe, or were you just stuck even kind of hanging on for dear life and hoping you could stay out front?
About 3 laps I was feeling fine until we got to some lap cars, and I was following this, I don't know what number it was a black car for a while, and he was getting a pretty good pace, but I knew I needed to get by him and slid him, and I don't know, it's just, I wanted that one worse than I should have, and I just kind of overdrove it is all it is. I just messed up.
You're all over that race car. You've probably already assessed it. How many hours of work do you think you have to be ready for tomorrow?
Well, we got to fix the doors and quarters there from the escapade on the back stretch. But as far as the wall causing damage, I got to get on the lift and get underneath of it. But the little bit I can tell, it's actually just a bolt-on bracket for my birdcage in the right rear that got ripped off. Broke the bolts on that, but I don't know what the wall scraped on. I got to get underneath the car and check it out. Hopefully it's just some minor frame stuff and it didn't do too much damage. But if that's the case, I'll take it. And for the ride I had, I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that.